Hello, and welcome to the Trench Mob Show. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of our podcast network. We love him very much. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump, and I'm now allowed to say Jake Voskuhl, UConn legendary men's basketball player. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large and small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. They also offer other financial services. Go to their website, www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you've suffered any type of personal injury, slip and fall, a construction beam fell on you at a site, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry and decided to stab you, the Finch Firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all over the state of Connecticut, and he will go to war to make sure you get every dollar you deserve in compensation. You just have to remember, in a pinch, call Finch. Or you can go to his website, thefinchfirm.com. Dynamic Human Performance is owned and operated by UConn legendary running back Andre Dixon. Andre, he trains boys and girls of all ages, play all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week at 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He also has an athletic development program where he takes boys and girls in the sport of their choice, trains them from the ground up, develops them, helps them to reach their full potential, be the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. James Whitfield of Luther James Insurance. James is new. Basically for the last 3 years, he's dedicated himself to the art of financial planning and financial services. He also specializes in insurance policies, mainly life insurance. He will make you a boatload of money, and he will do so tax-free. He also focuses a lot on retirement planning. He knows the stresses that can come with retirement. How long am I going to live for? Do I have enough? Is it going to last? Those are all questions James can answer for you, because fear of the unknown is real. You can go to his website, lutherjamesinsurance.com. Now, for the true sponsor of the Trench Mob, Goat Coats. Goat Coats are the best stylist Letterman jacket out there. You can go on their website and have your Letterman jacket custom designed with your jersey, as Julius often likes to show off, and any graphics you want. And it's made specifically for you. Don't walk around school with those lame Letterman jackets and think that any women are going to talk to you, women or men. So get yourself a goat coat and be fly and styling when it comes to school. They are the best. They can be done right on their website and custom made for you in 4 to 6 weeks, reasonably priced. www.goatcoats.com. And now for the Trench Mob Show, we introduce first the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Julius Williams. Thank you for putting your camera on.
My guy. Good to see you, my guy.
It's a beautiful picture. It's a beautiful picture. And obviously the best offensive line coach in the state of Georgia, Coach Jordan. Great to see you.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
And the man himself. Whenever he comes on, we draw big numbers, and that's Big Mike. Big Mike Suarez. Great to see you again, sir.
Thank you. Likewise, I had to come on, man, and see young OJ and see his progress and see what he's been doing. Um, yeah, so I'm happy to be here. This is a special episode for me personally.
Yeah, and I agree because I saw OJ and I didn't realize that it was his father next to him. I realized I thought it was his brother. He looks like he can come on the field and do some damage. So I was a little bit confused. I was like, does he have a huddle film too? Is he ready to go? So OJ, it's a pleasure to have you on. And I mean, I don't know where to even start. You have been with the Trench Mob before they were even the Trench Mob at 7 years old, I believe, 7 years old. And I believe your father, OJ Jr., from Miami, linebacker at Miami Northwestern High School, a 3-year starter as a linebacker at Florida A&M, led the team in tackles from 97 to 98. He was All-MEAC First Team honors both in 97 and 98. Also made Black College All-America and NCAA Division 1AA. The All-American is a senior in 98. Totaled 246 tackles in college with 11 sacks. Let me just say that again. That is 246 tackles. I did not misspeak, as I often do, and 11 sacks. And then he went on to a NFL career with the Jets, Vikings, and Patriots. He was inducted into the Florida A&M Athletics Hall of Fame. Congratulations on that. And beyond football, he has pursuits in music, theater, and acting, among others. So that is truly a Renaissance man, if I would have to say. Mm-hmm. So it's a pleasure having you on, Mr. OJ Jr.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Steve. Appreciate you guys having us on your platform. We appreciate it. Definitely.
No, I mean, you guys earned being on this platform from the film. Believe me. And we have OJ the third, who is also a dynamic linebacker from Harrison High School. He's currently a junior and will be in the class of 2027. God, that still scares me to see kids this young. 6'1", 205. He's a Mike backer. He plays some outside backer, and he is averaging 11.8 tackles a game. He has 77 total tackles, and he's got 48 solo tackle. Gee, is 8.5 sacks? Mother of hell, 8.5 sacks. Wow. He's caused 1 forced fumble and 5 QB hurries. So OJ number 3, I would have to say you are off to a great start. Can you tell me a little bit about your first interaction with the Trench Mob and then how you got started working together?
So I was really in elementary school, and my dad didn't really want me to play, tackle football too early. So
he's a smart man.
He wanted to find, ways for me, because I always talked to him. I was like, I want to play football, even though he wanted to make sure that I wanted it for myself. So pretty much I was just like, Trench Mob came to the school one day, and they were like pretty much introducing, what they did and stuff. And I was just telling my dad, I was like, this is what I want to do. I was like, yeah. And I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot about the game, with my coaches, and it was just a lot of fun.
As a 7-year-old, I mean, you have to be pretty darn bright to pick up some of the nuances that go with football. And obviously it's in your blood, and your father. And I love that your father wasn't pushing you to play. He wanted you to make your own decision, and he was going to support you no matter what. If you had said that you wanted to be an artist or a ballerina, he would have supported you no matter what. And that's a true father. That's awesome to hear. because so many fathers. I was at a friend's Pop Warner game, Pee Wee game, and I see a majority of fathers living vicariously through their children. And it just drives me crazy because it's like, okay, so you didn't, start on your varsity high school team. You're going to, act like your kid is an All-American, and they're just hard on them. So it's just good. I love the relationship that you have with your dad. That's true, dude. I was at a game, and I'm watching these parents. I couldn't believe it. Like, if I was coaching, I'd be fired. I would have dropped that bomb on every one of them, and probably lost my back. So, just talk about being so young and joining Trench Mob, and football is such a cerebral game. Was it easy for you to pick up? Did it take time? What would you say?
I'd say it did take a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? To learn some things about the game. You know what I'm saying? I already knew like kind of basis level because I was one of those kids that watch football every Sunday, watch football throughout the week, college football, the NFL. And you know what I'm saying? He would teach me stuff sometimes about the game. So I would say that I still had a lot of learning to do, but I feel like I knew like kind of a basis of the game. And yeah.
Mr. Johnson, what would you say about, obviously you were cautious with your son playing. What would you say about your experience with letting him join the Trench Mob and obviously watching his development when he started young? Did you think that he picked it up pretty fast? Were you happy with where he was going?
Well, yeah. And it goes back to, I like he said, I never really wanted to pressure him to play.
And that's awesome.
For me, football is, and I think these guys, would agree to a certain extent. I tell my son all the time, but I was telling him even back then, football is a game and it's fun, but it's not a game. You know what I'm saying? It gets to a point. You're a kid and you're learning, that's fine. But when it comes to you really wanting to play the game, I wanted him to know it. I wanted him to play the game for the love of the game. You know what I'm saying? And it runs in our family. It does run deep. I did play, in the NFL, of course, had a great college career and all that stuff, and All-American and all that stuff. But my brother, who's only a year younger than me, played was an All-American as well in college and at Miami Northwestern's in the Hall of Fame, just like I am at both schools. And he played for the San Francisco 49ers for a little bit, got hurt, played arena football for 10 years. My uncle Cecil Johnson, who I grew up watching, played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're from Miami, Florida. I'm from Miami, Florida. He was born in Miami.
I'm familiar with that name, yes.
Yeah, so Cecil Johnson is my uncle. That's my dad's brother. And I, grew up, he was there for 19 years. I grew up watching that, and that was why I wanted to play football. You know what I'm saying? It just runs in our family. I had a cousin, Donnell Johnson, who was a 6'7" lineman who played for the Cincinnati Bengals. And even, you probably know this name, Earl Little.
Yes, I've heard of
Earl Little, Florida State, but Earl Little is my cousin as well. So the football thing, it kind of
that's one hell of a family tree right there.
yeah, and we don't talk about it all the time, but
no, you guys are very humble. It's amazing.
I try to be, but it runs in our blood, and that's the point. I wanted to see him have fun. And to answer your question, and when I see guys, the other thing is, you just said, like, parents sometimes are like, they're trying to live through their kids. Well, I did what I was supposed to do. I did what I wanted to do, I would say, and I reached my goals. And my thing was, when I saw guys like this, I saw Julius, I saw Ant, and they had another partner at the time. I saw Mike and what he was bringing to the table, and he was bringing to the kids at such a young age, like him, 6 or 7 years old. And with him saying what he told you already and how he always was on me about football, I'm like, okay, this is a perfect opportunity, because now I can sit back and let other professionals that know what they're doing, that just came out of the game,
that you trust, yes,
that I trust, just let them have fun, but also bring that intensity and get coached right at such a young age. We miss that a lot, right?
Yeah, I think that's huge, because I attended a practice my friend's kid plays, and they did a drill that almost made me fall over. They picked up their teammate in a fireman carry, and they did high knees through the bags. Put him down. The other guy got on top, and they ran him back. And I'm sitting there, and I'm watching, and I'm looking at my friend, and I'm like, "This is not football. Like, what are we doing here? How is that?" I'm like, "Is anybody watching this?" Like literally, fireman carry. They show them the drill, and it just baffled me because I know parents want to coach and they have the best intentions, but when you don't have that knowledge, like you said, when they're not coached properly,
Right.
that's how injuries happen. That's how guys get hurt. You got guys on the ground, guys falling everywhere. But, Julius, talk a little bit about young OJ's development with you. I mean, having him since 7 years old, that's quite a run.
Yeah, man. I mean, OJ3 or OJ, Juice or whatever you want to call him. He was a natural, man. Like before we even met his dad. Like when we met him, we didn't meet his dad. We met him first. He was a kid. We were at Kennesaw Charter Elementary School in Kennesaw, Georgia, and we met a guy at a camp named Coach Woods. R.I.P. Coach Woods. He passed away a few years ago. But Coach Woods influenced us. He was like, "Hey, man, you guys got to come out to my school, Kennesaw Charter, and talk to my kids." So initially we went out there to talk to the kids, and then we ended up meeting the principal, and she was like, "I love you guys. You guys got to come here and and do a program." So
it wasn't Hakeem Kashama's school.
Nah, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Okay, I was just checking.
Yeah, but we got out there, man, and we didn't know what we were going to do. I had just retired from pro football a couple of years earlier, so I was kind of still trying to find my way of what I was going to do in the next life. And so was Anthony. Anthony had retired a couple of years before I did. Right. We had another partner that had just retired, and then we had Mike. So naturally, we were like, we're going to go out there and start a football program. But of course, it's an elementary school, right? So we weren't, going to make the kids put on pads and stuff like that. So we just made it an after-school mentoring program that taught football. And the main basis was character development. So,
that's huge.
We would bring these young men in, and we quickly became popular because they were having some problems in the school with some of the boys behaving and not, doing what they had to do in the classroom. And so they pretty much sent all the kids that were having problems to the program. And O wasn't the kid that was having problems. No. But he was very interested in the program, and he comes in, this little bitty kid with a big head, and so we're like, we're going to teach these guys football. And we knew very early on, man, I don't know what it was about him, but we decided to put him at linebacker. And this is just not your pack of the meal after school youth football program. We were teaching these guys coverages, cover 1, 2, 3, 4. Me and Coach Ant really wanted to put an imprint on their generation. We didn't just want to make it something generic where they would come out here and just run around for an hour. You
wanted to make it last.
We put the guys on the board. We actually taught football. We had them draw defenses, draw offense, draw concepts. And man, like you can tell that he came from great stock right away because he ran full speed, everything. We had to calm him down. And this is not a program he was either first or second grade when we started. Yeah. And this wasn't a program only for first graders or only for second graders. This was a program for K through 5. And here he is. He was in second grade.
Second grade, yeah.
He was one of our most prevalent players right away. I mean, man, he ran to the ball. We would have to tell him, hey, or you can't be hitting people out here.
Guided missile, yeah.
This is touch, But you could just tell right away, man, that he was going to be great. Once he began to play the game. And the thing that intrigued me most, it wasn't just about playing. He loved to learn. He could get up at 7 and 8 and 9 years old, we had the program out there for 3 years. He could get up and explain what cover 1 was.
That's what I was saying. I couldn't believe that.
He could explain what cover 2 was, cover 3, cover 4. He understood, how to play linebacker. We talked about alignments, 10 and 20 and 30 and 40 alignments, and 50s. And,
wow.
We talked about vexing and, you know what I mean? And seeking the back out, in man coverage and
college kids can't do that.
College stuff. And man, and he loved it, man. And each year in the program, he got better and better and better. So it doesn't surprise me now to go to Twitter, and cut his highlight film on, which everybody's going to see in a little bit, and see him running around smacking people, man. And he's definitely going to do it, for a long time. I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to do everything he needs to do, man, and he's going to play football at the next level at a nice school, and he'll have an opportunity to go, and carry on his dad's legacy.
James Lewis wanted me to say, good job, O. James Lewis commented. He said, good job, O.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's an amazing story. And I love that you didn't jump into playing tackle football right away. I think the way that the Trench Mob does it, especially with the younger kids, working with elementary kids, teaching them the basics, teaching them the coverages, teaching them alignments, 10, 20, 30, 40, all that stuff is so important before the hitting, and it protects you from getting hurt. And I think that's great. And, Mr. Johnson, I mean, you were there and you got to see all this. Were you surprised by how the Trench Mob operated, or did it kind of fit with what you had heard about them and knew of the guys?
Well, yeah, I mean, the NFL is a small world. It's as we know that, right? So, whatever era you played in, you're gonna know somebody who knows somebody. So I knew of these guys a little bit already, and so when you're a vet, everybody's family. We know what we all went through. So when I actually met them, man, I knew they were going to be fine. And at first, I honestly didn't take it that seriously. He was playing baseball, he was playing basketball. I actually just stopped playing basketball maybe a year ago, and still does baseball a little bit. But to answer your question, it was the guys that was always telling me, hey, and I was really busy at the time. I was touring, I was in and out of town. I was actually on tour doing some acting and stuff and with Tyler Perry Studios. And so I was just every time I was there though, they were telling me, you got something.
We got something here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's something he's gonna be, and I would just take that passively.
You took it with a grain of salt, right?
Yeah. But then when I actually, started watching some of what he was doing, I was like, wow, okay, so let me keep my eyes open. Let me keep my eyes open, because these, they're kind of telling the truth. And this is what I see now, honestly. I mean, he's coming into his own, and I see the excitement for the game. I keep saying that. I see the excitement for the game because, you got to have fun with the game. With me, it's like if you come from something that the game gives you purpose. Sometimes a lot of guys, doing it because they're trying to go to college or to make it to the pros. Sometimes guys are doing it because they have the dream of getting their mom out of the projects, whatever that is, financial support.
Right.
And then there's some guys that just love the game, and they have fun when they make that tackle, or they catch that ball or whatever. And that's what I saw in my son. That's what I'm seeing now. So that's what makes it fun for me, to see him do that.
Is it difficult for you to sit back at all and watch him play and not want to jump in and give him coaching tips or anything, or just because you know that he's in good hands, you don't have to do that?
Yeah, I know he's in good hands. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do. Even from his high school coach to, of course, these guys, and I depend on them a lot. And Julius, and they know that I'll make a text or a call anytime. And so even with the recruiting world, we've been on a lot of visits and things like that, especially this year. And it's just a different space than it was when I was coming out. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, right?
Y'all talk about this all the time, I know, but it's just such a different space. So to have guys that are doing this for so many kids, and these are my boys, it's like family, and they've been believing in him since he was a little boy. So he's family with the Trench Mob, and so it's a good, it's just good for me to have them, because it takes a village. You know what I mean? For everything, it takes a village.
That is a great line, and two of my favorite people say that all the time. It takes a village. So OJ, tell me a little bit about college aspirations. Where have you visited? Where would you like to go? Yes, I'm putting you on the spot. It's my show. I get to do that.
I'm about to get out the camera for a second.
Yeah, so I just have big dreams for college. I got some opportunities to play and get some play time last year and kind of get my feet in the water, but this year was my real, opportunity to start and try to lead a team and help a team, and help the team out. So, I would like to go D1, go play college football at the next level, hopefully maybe play in the NFL one day.
Absolutely.
So I went to visit to Eastern Kentucky about 3 weeks ago. I went to Florida A&M, FAMU, where my dad went. And, I'm open to a lot of other opportunities. I might be going to Nebraska soon. So in Florida. So I'm wanting to go on some more visits and kind of see how it is and meet coaches and see how the environment is.
That is awesome. That is incredible. I'm sure they'd love to have you at your dad's alma mater, and any of those schools you can absolutely go and play and dominate. So, and you're a typical football junkie, which is great to see. Julius, talk to me a little bit. I mean, have you been able to bring him on the road this past year or the year before? Did you just start bringing him on the road because he's younger?
Yeah, so he plays linebacker.
Right, that's why. Do you have him pass rush at all, or?
Yeah. So we haven't brought him on the road. I would love to bring him because I know what he's going to bring if he does come. But for sure, man. I mean, I would love to, connect with OJ2, to get OJ3 on the road with us. I mean, we're going to go everywhere this offseason. We're going to go to Georgia Tech. I talked to Alabama today, Kentucky. We're going to California. We're going to go to
you're
UCLA.
Going to have a visit every weekend. That's awesome.
We're going to Pitt. Like, we're going all over pretty much this offseason. We'll be at Miami, Florida State, Florida, all of those schools. So, I would love to talk to him about, coming with us, Coach Ant and Coach Tatum, who you guys will meet soon. They're actually working on some 7-on-7 stuff as well.
That's what I was just going to ask. Yeah, I mean, because I figured you were going to put together probably a 7-on-7 team.
Yeah,
and
man.
He would fit right in if he.
Exactly. So I'm pretty sure Coach Ant, is going to reach out to him soon, man. I know we love to have, Olrick in the middle, man, just like it was back in the day when he was 7 years old, right around smacking stuff. So, and
Coach Suarez, Mike, I'm sorry I cut you off a few times. I know you wanted to say some things about the big man here. You can go right ahead.
Okay, is my background noise too much?
Yeah, but that's okay. You're good.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out one thing. One of the biggest memories I have of young Olrick is how mannerable he was and how respectful he was and how he was always receptive to learn different things. And I want some of the younger guys that are watching this show to understand, and this is something that Coach Ant harps on a whole lot, about character. It's all about your character. And it starts when you're young, and that character will carry you through. When Julius said that he knew that he was going to be something, I know that it wasn't just the football. It was always his character, his willingness. Like he said, he wasn't one of the problem children. He was one of the respectful ones that led in our program as well. And it's really great to see guys come from that point and that character pays off for them. So, that's my biggest memory from young Olrick when we were there at Kennesaw.
Coach Jordan, I've kept you silent, which I normally don't do. Can you throw in your 2 cents here as well?
Well, actually, this is my first time actually meeting him. He seems like a good dude. He seems like, I feel like I met his dad before. I don't know where, but we'll figure it out one day.
We met at camps and stuff. Yeah,
we met a few. So, I've seen the kid's film. I've seen what he can do, man. He's definitely a headhunter. He's definitely somebody that's gonna knock you in the mouth. You know, he does some good things on the field. You know, you go to a Harrison team that's known for having these names and everything. He can definitely make a name for himself. I just want to ask a question on the recruiting.
That's right. He's in Florida. I keep forgetting that. Okay.
Right. So I just want to ask a question to both the Johnsons, if you would. You know, Olrick Jr., I know, you know, you go back to the HBCU days. You did your thing at HBCU. A lot of these questions come in about HBCU.
Yeah, we have gotten a lot of questions.
Is it rough? Is it somewhere to go?
Yeah.
You know, you look at some of these names. You look at the Tyree Cohens. You look at you look at the Shadur Sanders. You look at Jerry Rice's and all those, and they go HBCUs and they made a name for themselves.
Right.
If you was to look at the drastic ways of how recruiting is now, what would be something that you would tell to the youth about why it's important if you don't have that P5, G5, why it's cool to go to a HBCU and make a name for yourself?
Absolutely. You know,
Thank you, Jordan.
Glad you brought that up.
Because it's been asked several times.
You were asking Steve, yeah. My whole thing with recruiting, especially for the young people, man, you want to go where you want it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's to me, that's the main thing. And I know the NIL thing is a big deal and all that. On almost every level. Yes, we talk about it at the big schools, but you know, it's an opportunity to make some money here and there. Maybe that's the way they show you they want you. I don't know. That's something to, if you have choices, but it's really about who wants you the most. And my personal story with that was I played offensive line and D line in high school. You know what I mean? I'm in the Hall of Fame at my school and all that, but I'm in the Hall of Fame as an offensive and D lineman. I was a center and a nose guard, because I was already 6 feet 250 in 10th grade. So, you know what I'm saying? Like this size, I've been this size since I was in 10th grade. But the point is, I goes back, I looked up to my uncle. I wanted to be a linebacker like my uncle. I always wanted to be one. And so Florida A&M University, they was the school that was recruiting me since 10th grade. They were the one that had somebody at my games checking me out. And it was based on potential. They just believed in my athleticism. And so, of course, you know, they said some Division II schools, University of Miami was you can come and you can be a long snapper and possibly and all that. But I wanted to play linebacker. And FAMU was the school that said, hey, the recruit there, he was like, you can come here and play whatever you want to play, whatever position you want to play. We just believe you're just that good of an athlete. And then when they did that, of course, other schools copied that. And they their recruiting letters started coming in, especially from HBCUs. But that's the kind of thing I want young people to know, man. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. You know what I mean? So, and if somebody sees something in you and they want to support that, that's where you want to be, because they got a plan. They're already thinking about you in some type of way. And so for me, it was like I can't go to FAMU and not be one of the greatest. When I first walked in there, I looked at their history. They hadn't won in 20-some years, but I'm looking at their history and these banners, and I'm saying, I'm gonna bring that championship back here. That was my mindset. And I think that's, you know, you can wherever you are, you can make the most of it. Now, let's be honest, it's not as fair as some of the bigger schools.
Correct. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's be real here. You know, it's not as fair. HBCUs do get. You know, one of the guys I mentor is Marquise Bell. I don't know if you know the name, but he's currently with the Dallas Cowboys. And Marquise was a Division I Power 5 player. Power 4 player. I'm sorry, I forgot what school he went to, but he transferred over his junior year to FAMU, and because he knew they had a plan for him, was an All-American, of course. Was projected just like myself. I was projected to go in the third round. Ended up being a priority free agent, right? So he was projected to go in the third, fourth round. He ends up being a priority free agent. But, you know, hey, this is his fourth year in the league. He just got his big $13, $14 million payday for 3 or 4 years. It works out because he's a player. He's a good player. So I think it's what you do on a daily basis. And I try to tell my son the same thing. Go where you are wanted. That work ethic, that gift, it's going to show up if you just keep working it. You know, but
the HBCUs, they do have the same amount of scholarships as any FCS school. It's like 63, correct? Yeah. And, you know, people have asked about the education. There's no difference in the education. Sometimes it's better.
Yeah, I mean, because the schools are smaller.
Right.
And don't get me started with HBCU Pride is serious. It's homecoming week for fam, so it's a.
Okay.
No, but no, the pride that you have, the relationships you have, the relatability they have to the young people, and the way they really, if you want it, they want it for you. That's something that you can't buy, from the coaches to the professors. So if there is a child or a kid or a student athlete, especially, who's getting that attention from an HBCU, and they may not be getting it from their dream school, you go there and you're gonna get the whole experience. You're gonna get the nurturing that you need, that every kid needs, but you're gonna get it from there. You're not gonna just be a number. You're gonna get everything you need.
Correct. No, thank you for giving us that answer, because the last couple of weeks we've been asked a lot of questions about that, with the hype of Michael Vick coaching one of the schools, and is it LaShawn McCoy, I think, is it one, and the receiver from the Eagles, Deshaun Jackson, is it one. So kids are wanting to go. So they've just had some curiosity, and we get asked a lot of questions. I would love to interview you all night, but I know I can't do that. We're going to watch your film right now. You guys can see everything, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, sorry. Let me make it bigger again. All right. Mid-season highlights. Jeez. What'd you say? You're 6 feet?
6'1".
Yeah, you don't look 6'1". God, nice dip and rip. Well, there you go, Julius. I guess you're right. You're just a guided missile. Jesus Christmas. That's a hell of a first play. Oh! Good release. Good punch and release. Getting off blocks, chasing it down. Eyes on the quarterback, dropping. Oh, my God. That's wake the fuck up. Nice job.
Yeah.
Man, he is just glued in. I love it. Jeez. He is keyed in. His eyes are where they need to be. He doesn't fall for anything. He does his job every single play. He gets to where he needs to be.
The way he's moving around now, Cully, he looked the exact same.
Oh, God.
As a 7-year-old, he looked just like this out there. That's crazy. It's
Yeah.
It's crazy to look at, man. I was bring tears to my eyes, man. Watching,
OJ, I'll tell you this. When I was at UConn, I was before Julius. We played the U when they were number 1 in the country, and I had to block Jonathan Vilma one play, and I still think I'm concussed from it. You appear very similar. Wow. I love the effort. I love how hard you play. I love that you do your assignment. You do your job. I mean, for someone as young as you are, like, I wouldn't believe you're a sophomore.
Yeah, junior.
Yeah.
Junior, sorry. It's right, 27. I wouldn't believe it. Like, I mean, you look like a seasoned. But look at that. I mean, the recognition, and that comes from watching film and scouting reports and game plans. You know where the ball's going before it's even snapped, because I'm sure you do down and distance and formationally, you know what they're running.
Sir.
And it's just amazing to see how you fit. You navigate through and you fit every gap well. And that is so hard to do as a linebacker. So many guys misfit or get caught in the wash. You do not do that. God damn. Julius, why didn't we have this kid on sooner?
Right. No, he has bad intentions, man. I want to just piggyback on what Mike said.
Yeah.
Like he was a leader when he came in the program. You know,
I can see that he absolutely would have leadership qualities because he's a humble kid and he listens.
Man. He plays with his hair on fire.
He plays like someone poured gasoline on his head and then lit it on fire. I mean, Jesus. I mean, I don't know linebackers well. I'm an O-line guy, but I would not want to have to game plan for this. I'll tell you that much. My game plan would be punt.
And I got to give it up to his.
I mean, this is just amazing seeing him navigate through in the way that he fits every run play. He doesn't misfit. He finds an opening. Like even here, he goes right down the line and he makes the play. Nobody gets their hands on him. Mm-hmm. Because he reads and reacts, and when he takes on blocks, he gets great separation, and he makes the play. Like, I mean, do you play offense at all?
I don't play offense. No, not this year.
Okay, you don't want to play offense. That's okay. Jesus, look at the puller ran away from him. That's the greatest thing ever. The guy pulled for him and ran away. That's a wow. I don't think I've seen that. Great, again, just great read and reaction. You drop in the coverage. You saw the quarterback was scared shitless, and then he tried to take off. And you see again, just being able to cleaning up messes. I mean, Julius. I mean, this kid is. He's got to be in P4 school.
Yeah, we got
there's no way.
We got a few All-Star games we're involved with too, man. With the
yes,
exposure and the P-State Gridiron, man. We definitely got to get him in one of those games, if not both. You know what I mean? Because and get him, put him out there some more, man. And I'm definitely gonna run my mouth. And I would love to bring him, man, because it's he's a guy that he's one of those kids that he can play, and the character behind him. So you don't mind calling college coaches, telling them, "Look, man, this is your guy."
No, you'll put your name on. I'll sign my name on this kid any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure.
Jesus Christmas! Wow. I don't really have any words. That was just unbelievable. You, my friend, are probably one of the best players I've seen on here. Keep doing what you're doing. You, like I said, you look like a seasoned veteran. You look like Mike Singletary as a middle linebacker. The way that you're able to navigate through those gaps and find openings, the way that you're able to strike, get separation, come off blocks, even pass rushing. I mean, you can do it all defensively. I mean, you're just a tremendous athlete, and you could probably play anywhere. I mean, my God, the more you can do, the better, and you can do it all. I wish I could give you more compliments. I just have run out of words. Your film was outstanding.
Thank you.
And I am so impressed with how you handle yourself. I'm so impressed with your family, with your father. You got a great one. And he's raised you the right way, and he's raised you to love the game and not, drown out the other noise. And I love that. And just we'll give you a couple plugs. Yeah, you're an actor, sir. So can you share some of the films or TV shows you've been in?
My mind wasn't on this. All right. Well, yeah.
So, I got to go watch that.
That's cool. It's all good. No.
It's my show.
Actually, yeah, it's your show. So what brought me to Atlanta was TP Studios, and done a lot of his musicals and toured for years.
Oh, that's where you said Todd Perry. That's right.
Yeah. For years, and have a couple films that are out now called One, Two Wrongs 2. single family, and I have one that actually coming out. Our premiere is October 25th, and it's called A Rose Through Cancer. So it's actually based on the true story that I'm co-starring in that one. And so that red carpet event is on October 25th in a couple of weeks. And there's some other stuff. And I mean, music is my first love, and acting is what I did in theater. Was a theater major. So Atlanta was a perfect place for. That's why I moved my family here, man. So I could get the chance to do all these things, and then I bump into guys like this. So, it re-engage me with the sports community and NFLPA here and all those things. And so, I mean, we get the best of both worlds. We get to raise my kids in a great community. It's a big city, and the extended community like this. You know what I'm saying? It's a perfect world. And when shouts out to what you were saying too with Coach Salam too. Coach Salam is at Harrison High School, and he's playing them at safety, strong safety. Some games he's moving them around, and he's allowing
I can see
he's allowing him to do
play anywhere he wants.
A little bit of everything. He surprised me. He surprised me by running a 4.4 and a 4.5 over the summer.
Yeah, it didn't surprise me.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. I wasn't that fast. I was
Jesus, wow. So what kind of music do you play? That's the last question I'll ask.
Oh, great question. So I'm a musician, so I do play piano. My piano is my first. I'm a singer actually, so but piano is my I play a little bass guitar. My daughter plays guitar too, but piano, organ, anything with keys, I sing as well. I'm a vocal arranger. I'm a singer, obviously, and that's basically it. I'm trying to downplay it.
And you've gone on tour, obviously, for music as well.
And Cully, he didn't say, well, he's also. I'm not sure if he still is, but he was also in the NFL choir, man.
No, I'm I knew he was going to say that. Yeah, so I'm one of the founding members of the NFL Players Choir, which started almost 16, 17 years ago, and a lot of people don't know this. We shouts out to Melanie Few if she ever watches this. She was the founder of the NFL Super Bowl Gospel Celebration, which is now NFL Super Bowl Soulful Celebration. It's the number one watched event that NFL sanctions every Super Bowl year. And from that, the choir came out of that because there were guys who, I think Patti LaBelle was the person that was on one year, and she heard us singing in the background and playing around. And so, guys who love God, guys who have a little bit of talent, and we started doing auditions, and now we get to do this year round. There's a small group of us that get to do it year round. We've done a whole lot of stuff. They even did America's Got Talent.
That's what I was going to say.
So it was in the final four, I think. No, final 8 of that. I didn't do that show, but yeah, the Super Bowl, the NFL Players Choir, that keeps me busy too, man. It keeps purpose. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do everything. I just believe
you're a Renaissance man. That's why I said it. You're a true Renaissance man. I love
appreciate it. And I hope my son is, is the same way. And my daughter is at Brown University now, and proud of her too. She was a volleyball player, and she's a singer and a guitar player, and she's doing her thing too. So I'm with my kids, man. With my wife's
daughter is at Brown. My good God,
it's her freshman year.
God bless you, man.
So my kids, man, I just want them to do everything that they're gifted at, but you do have to prioritize.
Yes, of course.
I was saying with him, like playing all those sports, we took basketball away.
And, you have to. You can't be all things to all people.
Exactly. So there's a time. So I had my season as an athlete, and then as soon as I retired, I jumped right into other things I love to do, and I'm just going to enjoy his season as an athlete first, and then anything else he likes to do, we're going to support that too. Because
that's great.
Yeah,
that's great, and you were smart to do that, big man, just because there's more opportunities in football for you to play at the college level, to have success, to get a scholarship, to get an NIL deal, whatever. It's a lot harder for basketball, and baseball doesn't have as many scholarships. So you're a hell of a football player, and you're an incredible person. And I just want you to know it's a pleasure to have you on the show. And I hope I get to have you on as a senior. And 5 years from now, I'll be able to tell people I had another NFL player on the Trench Mob Show as we keep growing. Because man, you got game. You got game. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want to thank your father, just an amazing family, priority, great values, and you're being raised the right way. And I'm so happy that you're with the Trench Mob, and you're wow. I'm speechless from your film. So just keep up the good work. Finish the season strong. Thank you for coming on.
Sir, thank you so much for having me.
All right. Well, you guys take care. I apologize for keeping you so late. I asked too many questions. I'm sorry, Coach Jordan. I'm sorry. I screwed up.
Cully, listen to me. And I know they're guests and they are great people. And Mr. Johnson, this is what I tell Cully all the time. Don't you ever apologize for doing something that we want to do.
Okay. I know.
We get it. He had school in the morning. We get it.
You got just a great family.
We are good.
I'm just so impressed with your family dynamic and with how you play ball and your father's career and everything that he's doing. True Renaissance man. And I wish you guys the best. Just thank you. Coach Mike, if you want to ask, well, I haven't given you the platform too much. You can say some last words as well.
Yeah, it's just been great to catch up with Olrick and young Olrick. I mean, it's just unbelievable what you're doing on the field, and we look forward to seeing where you commit to. I mean, that's pretty much what's the next steps. I mean, I don't see anything else but a bright future for young OJ, and I'm looking forward to seeing it, and I'm glad we could be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Julius, is UConn called him at all?
Listen, man.
Oh, right. Okay, just checking. Thank you. And I just wanted to check in. Hakeem Kashama. No. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. All right. Thank you guys for being on the show. I look forward. Listen, I'm going to be watching your film now that I have your huddle. I'm going to watch it every week. So I wish you the best. Thank you, and have a great rest of the season. And it was a pleasure meeting you guys.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, Saint. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. We just getting started.
Right.
Just getting started, yo.
You are, believe me. You are
We're gonna
just getting started.
We're gonna do it together for sure.
I believe that wholeheartedly. All right. I will put on.
I might stick around for this.
Well, actually, I can do this. Let me.
Yeah. Oh, y'all can jump off if y'all like, man. But
I got him.
I got him.
Okay, I got you. All right. Wow, man. What a fucking kid.
He definitely got an invite as soon as this shit in.
What a fucking kid.
Right.
Sure. I did. Like, I heard of the kid, but I've never seen the film. You know what I mean?
I almost spit out my coffee on the first play when he broke the kid's ankle.
You should have seen Jordan. You should have seen him when he was 7, bro, and 8. Like the way he runs around out there with Harrison, bro, he ran around the same way when he was in our Dream Pro mentoring program. We had a bunch of dogs. We had a few dogs, man, that was came through the program, but O was definitely one of those guys that stood out, man. And I think, and it was more than he loved to learn. Like most of these kids like being physical and running and having fun, but the thing that intrigued me most about him, man, is he enjoyed learning the game. He at a young age can tell you what cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. He could tell you what the safeties were doing. You know what I mean?
Oh, I can see that, Julius. Like I've never seen a high school linebacker be able to navigate through the blocks and find an opening to make a tackle like him. Like he doesn't get touched. And if he does, he just tosses the guy. But the way that again, I can't evaluate linebackers for shit. But the way that he reads and reacts, the speed in which he can detect a play, that's something that can't be learned. That's instinct, and that's the kid watching film and knowing his opponent. Yeah. But I've never seen a linebacker who reads and reacts like he does. No. That's what I was most impressed with. And I mean, he's a guided missile.
Yeah. And the only thing that's going to hurt him in recruiting is the fact that LBs are going so quick and that coaches want to see if you can rush the edge. Like
that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Prime example, number 1, number 2 linebackers in Georgia are Tyler Axon and Xavier Griffin. Both of those guys are 6'3", 6'4", 6'3",
Yeah,
above,
yeah.
and they both can rush the edge. You know, Atkinson at one point, sophomore, freshman year, got me 8 and 12 sacks, and then Xavier Griffin gonna give me 9. So him being 6 foot, that's not gonna hurt him in recruiting. I think the biggest thing is when coaches start breaking it down. Okay, do we see him as an outside? Do we see him as a safety? Do we put him in the box? Everything like that. He's a headhunter. He's sideline to sideline. So I think the biggest thing that's just gonna hurt him right now is just all these linebackers that's going that they think is good. But he comes on the road, he does a little 7-on-7, shows cover skills. He definitely gonna get something.
Yeah, Julius, I was just going to say, when I was coaching at Holy Cross, what we would do, someone like him, we would always start guys back. You know, he would start as a strong safety, and if he struggled there, you know, we move him up. He'd be a Mike or a Will after that. I think with his speed and athleticism, he probably could play in the secondary, play, you know, strong safety or a rover. And then if he has to move down, I mean, he may be a little undersized right now for a Mike. Definitely, I think it will. I mean, he can pass rush outside. We just need to see more of it.
Yeah,
but he
has 8 sacks.
He's a guy to miss.
He's got 8 passer. He can
I think
he's sacks. So
he's got 8.5 sacks. Yeah.
In my opinion, I think he's definitely a bona fide will linebacker.
That's what I was going to say, Julius. I think he's a will.
He reminds me of a guy that I also coached, named Kobe Wilson. They went to SMU. That just graduated last year. Who was a very dynamic player for SMU. And I think, man, he's definitely going to play at the D1 level. You know,
I do too.
Definitely can play G5 for sure, if not P4. You know, because
I do too. Yeah.
He has an attitude. You know, I can see him
playing
at like a Georgia Tech. You know what I mean, or like, you know, somewhere like that. Man, well, he's gonna come down and he's a hunter. You know, and he, it's a great kid.
Teach it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't teach it.
I agree.
Can't teach it.
I agree. 100%.
And I love his dad. What a great, I thought his dad was another
and then
player.
What's that crazy linebacker at Georgia Tech, 44? He's like 6 foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean,
there's a lot of those.
Mike's
Randall was 5'11".
6'1".
Mike's and Wills can be that size.
Yeah, they can be short. Like,
yes, he's 6'1", 210. That's not a small linebacker.
That's not small at all. No, he's good.
You know,
I
remember when I was in Jacksonville, man, we had Clint Ingram. He was maybe 5'11", 6 foot. He had Justin Durant was probably the same. You know,
I remember
Darryl Smith was like 6'2". But the rest of those guys were like 5'11", 6 feet. No,
that's normal because all these defenses are built to stop the spread. So your Mikes and your Wills are smaller guys who can run. Mm-hmm. But the way that I've never seen a kid fit gaps like he does and navigate the run game and find openings and make tackles like him.
Yeah,
I've
never seen that from a linebacker. That's what's so impressive.
Yeah, I think he's going to definitely offer soul too, man. It's his first year starting, so you know he's putting up some big time numbers. So I could definitely see him some offers ringing in very soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Make sure. I'm sure Coach Smith will get 7-on-7 going. He's going to be a stud. This is Parrish Jackson. Mm-hmm. We got another Minnesota boy. I love it. Robbinsdale Cooper.
Yeah, so they come in packs, man. So this is Parrish Jackson. I've been watching him for a while. You know, he's been in the recruiting EGA database for a good minute. Coming in at 6'4", 320. You know, he's got some tackle film. Looking at it, I think he's a guard. This is a two-way ball in Minnesota, but it's a little elite. You know, consider I think he's a little athletic, as you can see on the first play.
Jeez,
and he can do a lot. You know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he's a mauler. Yeah.
Definitely a mauler.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's
now
got good footwork. He bends
Minnesota turning up, boy.
Hey, Minnesota got some dudes, man. Minnesota got some dudes.
In the Minnesota guys, yeah. I do
man
like
climbing, man. Great.
Is that Nehemiah? He's a Minnesota guy, right?
Yeah, he's a Minnesota guy. I don't think they play the same school. I think Nehemiah school is a 5A.
And so not to take away from this kid's film, but I talked to 4 different conferences yesterday alone about Nehemiah. I talked to the SEC, the ACC, the Big 12, and the Big 10 about Nehemiah all in one day.
Yep.
Jesus. That doesn't Jesus. This, you know what, Coach Jordan, I wholeheartedly agree with you. He is a guard.
He's definitely a guard. Yeah.
He's got the size for tackle, and he could probably play tackle. I think he will have most success playing inside a little bit.
Right.
I mean, he's driving people off the ball.
Yeah. When you see films like this, that's good. You still want to see the pass pro. You got to see it.
I know. That's what I was going to say.
We're a minute in, man. But the film is great. Reminds me of the kid last week from
we Utah, watched, man. Right.
Great film, stayed low, good hands. Got to see the break. There we go.
That's there a good punch right there.
That's pretty good.
Keep moving your feet. Keep moving your feet. His set's not bad.
That's not bad. But when he comes in to try to stop the power, he drops that front foot.
The post foot, yes.
He drops that post foot. Go back a little bit.
I did see that.
Show that a little bit.
I did see him drop
the post right here.
I think it's the next play. I saw exactly what you were talking about. He set and then he dropped the post foot, which you cannot
good set. Look at the drop. It's the next
I think it's the next one. Yeah, it's this one. So that's yeah,
he drops it.
Backed up.
Like he's bracing for it. If he comes in and powers through it, he can probably get a knockdown block.
Absolutely. You can. That was the one thing we always were taught. You never drop your post foot.
But looking at the pass pro,
Jesus,
I still
he's blocking two guys.
He's blocking two people. I still think he's a guard. I think he needs to be a little lighter on his feet. The way he's mauling dudes, he doesn't have it elite where he can be a dancing bear. But whoever gets him in the recruiting services is definitely getting a guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he got some heavy ass hands.
For sure.
Yeah, he's got bear paws, believe me.
He's got
bear paws. But I see exactly what Coach Jordan is saying. Especially with his pass sets. I mean, I like the way he sets initially. He keeps a good base, so you never see his feet come together.
Yeah.
But like you said, dropping the post. I mean, he's playing left tackle too, which is
he's doing it great. I just think in Minnesota they don't have a lot of speed.
No.
You got to see some speed. Everyone's trying to run through. You can't run through 6'4", 320.
No.
Did y'all invite him to y'all game, Coach Jordan? He got to get down south and play against something.
Oh, I have not, but I'm planning on it. I'm working on it right now as we speak. He's definitely getting an invite.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely a guard. Right.
Yep.
100%.
100%. Yeah, that's where he fits.
You see right here, like the guy doesn't even try to take the inside. Like I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but he doesn't set him up with the speed. You know what I mean?
He hasn't played against anyone in like a wide five.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
everyone's playing on him.
Right, and that guard is perfect because everything's so close.
Correct.
Yep.
He'll be able to get hands on quick,
and it's beautiful because he's a 27. He's only a 27, so.
Yeah, they want basketball players at tackle right now. He's not a basketball player.
No, I mean he's a road grader.
But if you are 6'4", you got to be able to dance. And right now,
you do.
He can tangle a little bit, but not as elite. Not for elite left.
Look at his leg. Got some big ass legs.
Oh, he's got tree trunks. Right there, he's got tree trunks. I like. I do like his pad level too. I mean,
he plays great.
Those are not tackle legs. Those are definitely guard legs.
Those are guard legs, man. Those are guard legs. But he's a good kid.
In a 2-point stance.
Yeah.
And coming off low like that, I think that's great.
Yeah, I think he's good. I think he's a G5 guard, maybe P5, depending on who gets him. You know, maybe Colorado, one of them Big 12 type schools that throw the ball a lot. So, but he's a good kid. Good kid. I like
you guys. I mean, you guys got to get him down. Work
we're working on it. He lives in Virginia, so we're going to work on it.
Okay.
We're working on it. Wait, that's Minnesota. That's the next kid. He lives in Minnesota, so, hey, we get Nehemiah on the phone, probably carpool, go from there. We can
get him and get that Pierce kid that I talked to. He liked you
for
guys.
sure. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Josh Johnson, I got sophomore year best plays. That was 8 months ago. I got Homestead High School. That was 2 months ago. I just didn't have a mid-season.
If you scroll down, he should. I think his mid-season was the one that I liked the best that he had. If you scroll down,
Is it on his huddle or his Twitter?
I got his huddle from his Twitter. That's how I see it.
Oh, okay.
But
okay, I got you. Hold on. I'm on his Twitter. Let me see if I can find it.
I mean, whatever highlights you can show, though, man. I mean, he's a ball player, man.
Is this
He's long, fast, and violent, man.
Yeah, I just don't have a date on it. Spring game, yeah, I'm too far. Let me just I'll put on a couple of the games.
Yeah, I mean,
watch. All right. Add this one. What's the one he had first? God
damn. Because I think some of his highlights were like whole team highlights. I haven't seen that much.
Okay.
But I know he had the one. I definitely wanted to make sure it was one that showcased him. But this may be one. But no, he's a hell of a ball player, man.
Was it any of the films that you sent? No. Okay.
I just sent this profile over, but I mean, this should be cool. I mean, may not be the
let me just make sure.
I mean, we can, he's a player, though. I'm pretty sure whatever film is on here, you should be able to see that he's a player for sure.
Oh my God!
Got himself on special team playing. It's good to show.
Yes, it's good. That's good first play. That's how you pop it off. God damn! I see the first step.
Yeah, buddy. Kick it.
So he's on the O line.
He plays both ways. Wow.
I like it.
Wow.
Jeez. I'm sorry, I didn't even look. Where is this, Julius?
So he's in Florida. South Florida.
The Florida kid you were telling me. Okay.
Yeah, man. So I gotta, definitely, man. I gotta let Coach O know about him, man. I'll maybe not let Coach O know about it, man.
I was about to say, hey, you can't tell him everything now. You're giving him the juice now.
But he can play, man. He's a ball player. I'm not sure if he does 5v5. If he was closer, I would love to have him on our 5v5 team for sure. But
I mean, he's got a great motor. What's his size?
He's like 6'5", 240, something like that, 250.
You fast to be 6'5".
I think he's a bona fide either 3 technique or 5 technique at the next level.
I mean, he's better. I mean, mid-season highlights. Okay, fuck me. Okay, here we go. I would say the same thing. He's athletic for a lineman, but I think that for an offensive lineman, but I think he'll stand out as a defensive guy.
They got Saquon Barkley over here, man. I've been losing so much money with Saquon Barkley on Prize Picks, man.
It's not Saquon's fault, man. His offensive line's not coming off the ball. I'm not liking it.
Hey, I've been losing all my money on Prize Picks with Saquon.
These are some of the same plays. Okay. I was saying the same thing about the Jesus Christmas.
Ball player, man. High motor. Plays with lots and lots of tenacity. He's violent. You can tell he's, and there's great football in Florida. Of course, everybody knows that.
Right.
And man, he's big, he's strong, he's fast. You know what I mean?
Isn't that the field we did our tournament on? When we was in Florida?
I think that was
Jesus Christmas. That was a great job.
That damn sure looked like it.
That was a great job pulling. My God.
Yeah, he's a ball player, man. He can play both sides of the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I agree with you. I mean, he could be a force as a 3 technique because you can't get your hands on him.
Yeah, man, for sure.
I like that they move him around too.
Yeah, man, he's big and long. He
looks really long. Oh, that was beautiful. Wrong arm. That was a nice job.
He gives me JJ Watt vibes for sure.
I mean, Jesus, he just drove right through everyone. Have you talked to the kid?
I have not.
Or messaged him at all?
You know, I believe I may have spoken to him at some point, but I know we haven't really speaking. But I just know, man, you know, I'm on Twitter all the time.
No, I know you are. I know.
Looking at guys, and he's a guy that I've seen, and I love that he has kickoff on his film. You know what I mean?
I do too.
You don't have many Friday players.
No.
Me and Coach Mel just talking about that earlier, man. Like, you know, I was not a special teams guy, you know.
No, I wasn't either, and I didn't coach it either. I stayed far away as possible.
Takes as much pride in special teams, man, that he's running down there first. He's 6'5", 250, and you got guys.
You're right. You're right.
5'7", 180 that can't beat him downfield.
You're 100% right. He beats everyone downfield.
That alone is going to make his stock very high. You know,
I agree.
He's
still going.
Yeah, he keeps going. He had two guys trying to block him.
You know, extends that inside arm and gets in on the quarterback, you know.
Yeah, I think this is a kid that he's got to come work with you because, Julius, you'll refine this kid and make him a defensive stud. He just needs to be refined a little bit. He's very raw. He's very raw.
Very raw.
But I that's why it's important. Like he's got to come.
I mean, he has the key ingredient, you know, nuts. You know,
100%. He's got balls.
I mean, you know, I like to stay politically correct sometimes, but I'll say it in this case. Yeah.
Oh, I don't stay politically correct.
Kid plays with nuts. Okay. You know, we normally let Cully be the potty mouth for the show.
Yeah, let me.
You got to switch it up a little bit.
Let me do that. You guys are running a business. Let me do that. Wow, he's in a 2-point. Yeah,
he's a dog, though, man.
Unbelievable, man. I like him a lot. He needs to get on the road and work with you. My God, he's got 47 offers here. It looks like on his Twitter too, which is also hilarious.
Right, that's right. Well, you can't. I ain't seen too many 6'5", 250-pound guys run down and smack people on kickoff. So
you barely see him.
I'm pretty sure he does.
No, you don't. I'm going to put on – is this – oh, Elijah. Okay. Let me get Elijah up. But, wow. God. I mean, every week I say this is the best talent I've seen. But, Jesus, this week I have seen some kids – and I'm in an area where kids, we have bad football, so it's good to see good Jesus.
So this is Elijah Young, another athletic 6'2" guard.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we've seen some athletic dudes today. Thank Jesus.
Holy Christ!
So he plays 6A ball. He does a good job in a run and pass. All his offers are D2 to NAIA, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think if he keeps
we had a question about that last week, Coach Jordan. I did not get to it. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain a little bit about NAIA and what that means? Does it affect education? Does it affect scholarships? Like, what are the difference between NAIA schools and obviously the NCAA?
So the NAIA is their own little league. So they're their own little situation. They're more academic based than anything. Can you get a scholarship? Yeah, can you get a football or sports scholarship NAIA? No, but everything else is covered with academics and everything. That would be the short term to tell people. So if you get an NAIA, don't turn it down. It's still good football. You just won't get a scholarship. But if your GPA is good, you won't have to pay a dime.
And what would you compare it to FCS Division II? Like what level of football would you compare it to?
I'll probably compare it to a tight Division II. I think D1AA, they got some dudes, but I think D2 got some dudes as well. But you know, you look at certain schools at the D2 level, they started out at D3. I know Lackawanna College was a JUCO at one point.
Yes, sir.
You know, and they just went up to D2. So
Lackawanna is D2 right now.
Nice D2. Yep.
Oh my God, I've been sleeping for 4 years. When did Lackawanna go from JUCO to D3? And that
no, they're going from JUCO straight to D2.
Straight to D2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they always have beasts, so
okay, yeah, they always have a good squad.
So NAIA, good brand of football.
Yeah, you just won't get a scholarship, athletic scholarship.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
but this kid right here, I mean, he doesn't fit the quality. I did think he's a D2 guy, but you know.
I'm sorry. What's his size again?
So he's 6'2", 290.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he is a mauler. He's an inside guy for sure. Does he snap at all?
I haven't seen him snap. I'm pretty sure he can. That's a good
Oh,
job
good.
right on the team.
Jeez.
Pretty sure I've seen it. I'm pretty sure he can, you know. He's a class of 26, so I'm pretty sure he'll be competing soon. Good snatch.
Oh, he is a 26. Okay.
Yep. So I'm pretty sure he'll be committing real soon.
He'll be committing soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know we had that question last week. But that's come in a few times tonight about commitments, making those decisions.
Yeah.
There's some parents are asking about taking official visits first or committing before taking official visits. Because, every parent is worried now that they're going to lose their scholarship.
Yeah.
So they're thinking about committing without visiting first. Would you recommend that if
you go on the visit?
Yeah.
You go on the visit.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
If you listen, not to pause from this man's film, but because it's a good film, but if you are a parent, you take the visit before you commit. You need to know what you're getting scholarship-wise, financial-wise, number-wise. You need to see the campus. You need to see everything. You don't look at another school. I don't care if you in the portal and you try to make some things shake. You don't sign nothing until you take that visit. I had a player just at Trench Mob show me an email. Hey, coach, da-da-da, woo-woo. It was an official visit thing. I said, you better call this coach first. If you are in that situation, if they send you an official thing with scanner to fill out, you call that coach straight up and you say, do I have a scholarship? I'm not.
You mentioned that last week too. Yes.
Unless I have a scholarship.
And if you said if it's committable too, right?
You just let it go. It's not meant to be.
Yeah.
But if you're in a situation, you have an offer and you and it's committable and you want to go ahead and commit early, but you've never been, you go on a visit. They pay for it. They take care of it. You know, you don't have to come out of pocket for anything.
No.
You let them take care of you. You look at it, feel like if it's you find any red flags, do what you do, have fun, and then you make a decision.
And the thing is, too, these schools want to see you. You know,
absolutely, they want to see you in person.
So quick story, right? We had a kid on here a little while back, right? Whitley Cadu, right? Whitley Cadu is at Washington High School in Atlanta, Georgia, which is not a great school, right?
Hakeem Kashama School? No.
Like this,
go ahead.
No, but Whitley, man, Whitley actually he had one offer, Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M is a good school, right?
Yeah.
I met Whitley, told Whitley to come with us, all right, and do Trench Mob and do tournaments and go on visits with us. We took Whitley Cadu to Kennesaw State. They saw him in person. They offered him.
Right.
We took Whitley Cadu to UGA. They saw him in person. They offered him.
Jesus.
All right. I had a conversation with Coach Scott and some more coaches and told him that this kid was a dog. They offered him. I got one of my great friends is the coach at Florida State, Terrence Knighton. All right.
T. Knight from Windsor.
I sent his film to T. Knight. Right? He offers him. All right. Anwar Stewart at Kentucky. Send the film. He offers him. You know what I mean? So
wow.
They just needed to know about this kid and they needed to see him in person.
In person.
You know what I mean? Like he couldn't make the trip with us to go to Ohio, but I was going to take him to Ohio State And I guarantee you, Ohio State would have saw him in person.
Well, I think he had enough before Ohio.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the thing is, the moral of the story is, guys,
you got to get on the road.
Got to get on the road.
So you got to get to these campuses.
Right. You got to be seen. Yes.
And one more thing for parents that are listening, kids that are listening, you can go to any game that you would like.
You can. Right? Yeah. 100%.
Ways to go. There's 2 ways to go.
Yep.
If you're being recruited by the coach, that's the easy route, right?
Correct.
Talk to the coach and tell them you're going. But if you're not getting recruited by the coach, your high school coach is registered in his state, all right, as a high school coach. So therefore, he can contact any school in the state and out of the state and say, I have a
couple kids coming,
offensive tackle, a cornerback that wants to come to Georgia Tech game this weekend. We need tickets.
Can you leave?
They're going to give him those tickets in a heartbeat as long as he puts them in, before Wednesday night.
100%.
So there is no excuse. You got parents and kids are saying, "I mean, nobody like me," but you're not putting in any effort.
It goes both ways.
I tell the kids all the time, I don't have any offers. But how many schools you been to? Well, I ain't been in those schools. That's why you don't have any offers. I talked to a kid.
They don't fall off trees.
Not to be long-winded, but I spoke to a kid the other night.
I was long-winded the whole show, so go ahead.
I say, bro, how many offers do you got? Well, I'm only talking to one school, some school called Culver Stockton. I go, bro, be careful how you talk to people. What if I went to Culver Stockton? What if I, you know what I mean? Like, what if that was my alma mater?
That's terrible. That's a good thing that you corrected him.
Yeah, you got to be appreciative. Like, I told my story a couple of months back, bro. I got my first D1 offer in December from UConn, right? I was at Lane College, a D3 school. You know what I was doing at Lane College?
Yep.
At Lane College, I was getting ready to go in the front office with the coach and commit and go to Lane College because Lane College was the only solidified offer with money that I had at the time. Right. UConn called me as I was walking into the
last second.
And I saw Coach Marino's number at
UConn. Vinny called you?
Let me answer this shit right quick. You know what I mean? And I went and answered, and they offered me a scholarship, right? And after they offered me a scholarship, I walked into the room at Lane College with a big lift off of my shoulder. That now I had a D1 offer, and after UConn, I got Ohio. I got Bowling.
That's what happens. They spiral.
You know what I mean? So, it was other D1s, that began to come. A lot of MAC schools, started getting to Central Michigan. You know what I mean? So, they're not ending up with like 7 offers.
This was in December, and you got UConn, and then it just started flowing?
In December, I had 0 offers.
Jesus.
My entire senior season, I had 0 offers before December. And I got 7 D1 offers between December and January. I got offered by Georgia Tech.
What do you think changed? I mean, because I'm sure you went to camp.
What happens, Cully? What happens is all these schools have big boards, right?
They do. So they
they have a big board of all the kids.
We do.
Want, right?
We do.
So what happens is
they fall off.
Once you get to November, December, guys start to commit. So now a guy that was number 1, 2, 3 on their board commits somewhere else. Now that board moves up. So now the guy who was just 6, 7, 8, he moves up to 3, 4.
Correct.
And now they begin to reach out to you. That's why you got to keep playing, man, to be appreciative. Like this guy is 6'2". The best offensive lineman that I played with in my entire life was a guy that was 6'1", 270 pounds, named Emmanuel Hutcherson, that played at UConn, that blocked the shit out of Amobi Okoye, a first-round draft pick from Louisville, and then he get nowhere near. Amobi Okoye was averaging like 7 or 8 tackles a game and a sack. He didn't do shit against Hut because he believed in himself and he continued to work. And I played 7 years pro, and I've never played with an offensive lineman that was better than that guy. So just keep working, man. Doesn't matter size. Get to campus. Show those college coaches that you want to come to their university and you're interested. Because a lot of times, especially G5s, let's be honest, they take a back seat to the P4s.
They do.
So if you're not coming to campus, they think you're not interested. You know,
100%.
and so they're going to show more interest to the guys that are interested in them. My bad, I don't mean to talk so long. I know.
No, I've talked long the whole time. And Coach Jordan, just so you know, I committed to UConn without visiting.
We ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. You had a hell of a career. It is what it is. It's different times. Different times.
Yeah, I didn't have a hell of a career, but it's okay.
Different times.
Yeah.
But no, I like this kid, man. I like this kid.
I do too. I do too.
I see why he has the offers that he has, but he's a good kid.
I like the way he bends. I like his punch. I like his athleticism.
He's more of a grabber. If you look closely, he can grab a little bit. You know, he needs to work on that.
Yeah, he gets the vice grips on you. Yep.
Got some vice grips, yeah. Like right here, he's a grabber. He's going to try to do some damage. But I like it.
Young man, bend your knees more. Bend your knees.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you're already short. Right?
Thank you.
Yeah, that would be the only thing I would say too, because he raises up a little bit on his first step.
100%.
You can't be a short guy that plays tall. You got to be a short guy that plays.
It's good footwork, good punch. I mean,
I love how he didn't run to that. Like, you know how most linemen, we run to the guy. He stayed in his base, stayed on the crab walk, waited.
Yep, he kept his base.
That's good stuff.
That was a good job in pass pro, picking up the linebacker with the vision. I mean, wow.
You better make sure he on the ground if you're going to do that.
I mean, he's humping the guy, but okay.
You better make sure he on the ground.
Yeah, he's another one. He just needs he needs to get with you guys. He just needs to be refined a little bit. He's got some skills. He'll be a good fit somewhere for
I think he's a D2 guy.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a Valdosta State, West Alabama, shorter type of guy. You know, Bluefield State's a good school. They've offered him. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has Bluefield State. He has Ottawa. He has a few more schools. I can see Carson Newman maybe pulling the trigger. I can see Lenore Ryan maybe pulling the trigger. So we'll see.
And guys, and go where you're celebrating too. Like Olrick said, man. Like, God, I almost missed out with UConn because I was waiting for Ole Miss.
Sorry,
you know. So Ole Miss told me we're gonna offer you, and they didn't. And if I wouldn't have, you know, and you know, so I went ahead and committed to UConn. If I would have kept waiting on Ole Miss, then UConn probably would have moved on and got somebody else. You know, so definitely go where you're celebrating, guys, for sure.
Agreed.
100%. Let me see if I can get this.
Georgia Tech offered me the Monday before signing day, Cully.
Really?
The Monday, but it was, I think, national signing day was like February the 4th, and they offered me like February the 2nd.
But how many times have we seen the hell? Josh Jacobs didn't get Bama until the day before signing day.
Yeah.
That happens.
100%. That is scary. I apologize. I can't get this any bigger. That's what she said. All right, here we go. Oh, come on.
That was a good one. Is this the GOAT?
Go away. I gotta get this.
I know this ain't Big Logan.
Yeah, man. Last but not least, for sure, man. Logan is a kid, regardless if this film is big or not, you're gonna definitely see a real dog. Kid is a ball player. Kid is gonna be special.
Only in the 8th grade, man.
Jesus, are you kidding me? You said he's in 8th grade?
Yeah, we don't have many middle schoolers on this show, so you know he's an 8th grader on this show. You know he's special. Like, I tell you what, man, we got two guys, man. You know, Logan and this other kid, Brando McDonald, man. And those kids are, oh my goodness. You know, both of those guys. So I had one of the directors reach out to me. I had one of the directors reach out to me a while back, man, from Under Armour All-American game. And he said, Coach, give me 2 names of 8th graders. And I didn't hesitate to give them
Logan.
His name and Brando's name. For sure.
I gotta have you.
You can't really see that well, Kelly. I don't know what's going on with that film. We can't really see it that good.
I can't.
This one.
You can see it, Jordan.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can just see him take the man to the post.
I can't see it that well for some reason. Maybe it's just my phone.
I can see it perfectly.
I've seen it enough, you know what I mean? And I know I've seen it enough to know that this kid is special, man. I believe Logan is going to be one of those kids that's going to get his first offer like 8th or 9th.
I mean, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, if he got offered this offseason, man, like, and I think he's going to be, you know, that good that somebody's going to see him this offseason and believe that he's good enough to be offered in the 8th grade.
Jesus, wow.
And he plays both sides of the ball.
You're telling me that was 8th grade film right there.
Yeah.
Listen, man, he can play. Logan can go Division I, P4, in my opinion, right now by knowing his upside at offensive line or defensive line. Whatever side he chooses, he's going to be elite on both.
No, I would fully agree with that.
Logan is 100% special.
Let me see.
I think I sent you a few of his clips too, Cully. You might have some more.
Yeah, I do. Let me just make sure this is the right one.
He doesn't have a huddle yet, so these are.
Yeah, he doesn't have a huddle, Cully. So all this.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But listen, man. You know, he's not supposed to be on this show yet. And
Jesus.
For a reason, you know.
Do you guys work? I mean, does he work with you guys?
Exclusively.
Yeah, he works with me and Coach Jordan. You know, he works both sides of the ball. His dad, Sean, is, very adamant and very, he's one of those parents.
He is.
He understands that, it takes, extra work to be elite. And he's been getting extra work all year, and it's paying off.
I mean, I can't believe this kid's in 8th grade.
Yeah. And listen, man, he's still growing. He still has so much to learn.
I know. I'm sure he's got.
He's already special. He's
got a ton of potential.
Like, he's in 8th grade, and we're already talking about him possibly running with our varsity team this offseason.
Yep.
I believe it. Jesus.
He and Brando are definitely going to be 2 8th graders that are going to probably be on our varsity 5v5 teams this offseason.
And the other great thing is you guys are going to be doing 7-on-7, which is huge.
No, for sure.
I'm happy that
huge.
For sure, man. He's a guy, man. Like I reached out to, many people, man. Eric Richards, like high people, and I reach out with pride and say, look, this kid is a dog. Get him
I have no problem reaching out.
Get him in the Under Armour All-American game. Whatever the most prestigious game in the world for 8th graders, he needs to be in. Because he's
100%.
8th grade players in the USA. For sure.
100%. 100%. Wow.
He's about 6'1" right now, 6 feet, and growing, man. But trust me, man, he is a ball player.
Yeah, I expect Logan to get about 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, man.
Well,
damn near every house in the country want him right now. So
I got to say, that was probably the most talent I've seen on one show. You guys are doing a great job finding these kids and cultivating them, and especially the young ones, which is huge. And, that's something, Julius, I got to have you talk with Jamal Lundy, who I told you about, because, he's training kids and trying to help with recruiting and all that. He's got to get these kids younger. And the best way to do that, is it to try to connect with middle school coaches, middle school principals? Like, what would you say? Just general advice for trying to connect with the younger kids.
I mean, honestly, Steve, it's really just being consistent with, putting content out there. I think most of our middle school kids came organically because their parents saw things and things like that. Like, coaches don't really like us as much, Steve, to be honest. I mean, coaches
No, they love you.
Most coaches would tell you that Trench Mob is some bullshit.
I know.
But because they think that
It's jealousy.
we're
That's
trying
all
to
it is.
they think we're trying to play chess with their kids and move them in different places and and shoot them.
They're just protective and they're jealous and they're defensive.
But we truly want to develop kids like Logan.
You want the best for these fucking kids.
So Logan was a great player last year, but this year he is a dynamic player because of all the work that he put in with myself and Coach Jordan and the rest of our coaches all off season. And these kids, so they're getting instruction, the same instruction. So put it like this: I have NFL players that I train. I have college players that I train. I have middle school players that I train. They all get the same training.
Exactly.
I don't train
anyone different.
They're any different than I train Logan, right? And that's what these parents have to understand. It's information. We live in the information age. And myself, Coach Mack sent me something earlier that talked about, the type of player I was. I was a physical specimen and loved to bull rush. And because I didn't know shit else.
Well, Hank Hughes too. Hank Hughes based everything off the bull rush.
So it's like if I would have understood at a young age how to speed rush,
absolutely,
how to power rush, how to seal, how to get jiggy, how to freeze, how to
speed
pause.
The power, yeah.
My God, with the type of player that I could have been with my athleticism, running the 4.5, having a 41-inch vertical. You know what I mean? Like I could have been a Superman if I knew how to use that. And these kids are learning that early. So now they don't have to bull rush. Logan doesn't have to bull rush every play
technique
because he understands how to rush. He doesn't have to go all out and just try to drive guys to the fence every play because he has technique that allows him to do it the right way.
So a couple parents asked, and I've said this, parents, you're seeing the finished product. You're basically eating the hamburger. You're not seeing how the hamburger's made. There's so much time and effort that goes into training these kids. You don't have an understanding of it. These kids just don't show up. And what you're seeing on film is natural. Some of it is, but they are coached by the best in the state of Georgia and probably the best in the country as far as offensive and defensive linemen. And the time that goes into it, like Julius was saying and Jordan was saying, this isn't something that happens overnight. The OJ we had on, he's been working with these guys since he was 7 years old. That's the effort. That's the commitment. That's the dedication that it takes to play and be someone special and have a chance to get a Division I scholarship. You guys got to understand what you're seeing. Again, you're not seeing how the burger's made. You're seeing you're getting the burger. That's
Cully, what I want to add to that, man. One thing I want to say, right, and I'll be careful. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to be careful.
No, don't be careful.
I'm not going to say that we're the best coaches. All right.
I'll say it. I'll say you're the best coaches.
I won't say that, but I'll damn sure say that we're the best organization.
And you work the hardest, and you care about the kids, and you do what's best for the kids.
I'll tell you why, right? The average trainer, he only wants the elite guy.
You're 100% right.
Guy that he's not going to have to spend much time. He wants to spend more time putting that guy on Instagram.
Yeah, so he can brag.
Make a video so he can brag and say, hey, look at me, I train.
I train.
Look at me, I train an NFL player. Look at me, I train the guy that goes to Clemson.
100%.
Like me and Coach Jordan, we want the guy that's not getting any
You want the diamonds in the rough.
We want the guy that has two left feet and and now he's almost ready to quit football, but his mom and dad wants him to fight through it, and they're bringing him out to learn. And now, he becomes a diamond in the rough because he's learned and spent hours of learning the position. we fix his attitude, and that's the biggest thing that these guys take on. Like, man, these guys take on me and Coach Jordan's attitude.
That's what the players take on the attitude of their coaches. Absolutely.
Yeah, our program is in Gwinnett, but we're from DeKalb County, and DeKalb County is very gritty. So we take our gritty attitude.
Know that.
We instill that into these Gwinnett kids, and now they go out and they fear nothing. I talked to Chris today from GSA. He was like, man, you would think all of y'all kids gutter. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, a lot of these kids come from 2-parent households and live in Gwinnett, but when
so is Gwinnett more affluent is what you're then?
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, Gwinnett. Yeah. So Gwinnett is the.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
It's a great place to compare it to Decatur. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? So the Gwinnett County is much better. It's much better to be brought up in Gwinnett than DeKalb. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but the thing is, man, we love these kids. We groom these kids.
You do.
We don't.
I believe it.
Like Cully, I don't even like getting a kid after he's already elite because it's going to be hard to groom him and really teach him.
Yeah, because he's already set in his ways, and you got to reteach all that shit.
Exactly.
You got to break those bad habits.
Like I want the kid, man, that nobody knows who wants to come in and he wants to work. You know what I mean? Like I don't want NFL players. I want to build players to become NFL players. You know what I mean? So from the ground up, and that's what we pride ourselves on, and that's why we're the best organization out here, and nobody can touch us because of that.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And do you typically take 8- and 9-year-old kids? Someone's asking.
We had that this past week.
Yeah.
We had a whole 8- and 9-year-olds. They came in 10 to 12 deep.
And
half
again,
on the O-line, half on the D-line. We take them all.
And you like you said, you don't coach them any different than the guys that you work with at the pro college level.
No. Now, if there's a kid out there that's a little, we gotta whatever, we gotta dumb it down a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. For me, I know
everyone's getting the work. Period. No matter what. No matter what.
Hey, Steve, man, I've heard stories. I had a parent tell me yesterday, not today, that his son was training with a trainer, right? And the trainer told his son that he didn't have time for him because he only wanted to train elite guys because he wasn't the guy that had P4 offers.
And they're paying $50 an hour for this shit.
$100.
$100 an hour.
And he was paying this guy $100 an hour. This guy stopped answering the phone because this kid is a senior and he doesn't have any P4 offers. And he's like, I can't afford
he's giving up on the kid
and train with me because I only can be seen on my page, my profile with kids that are going P4. So you're not going P4. So I'm not even answering the phone for you anymore because I can't let you pollute my profile or somebody see me training you and they know that I only train P4 guys and elite guys. You got trainers out here that are telling kids that I can't train you anymore because you don't have a P4 scholarship offer.
And somebody else asked, how many of these trainers actually help with the recruiting process?
Not many.
Not many, right?
Just us.
Other you guys. I know you guys do. But I'm saying realistically,
these guys will do what you pay them to do, right?
Yeah.
So if you pay a guy $100 to train your son for an hour, that's what he's going to do.
He's not going to be emailing or calling coaches.
Listen, man, me and Coach Jordan, Coach Ant, man, all of our coaches, we work around the clock.
I know you do. You're 24 hours a day.
Listen, man, it breaks my heart to know that we have a couple seniors right now that are not solidified. And I am going to work tirelessly to make sure all of those guys get at least one full scholarship offer. If I don't feel like, if 100% of our guys don't get a full scholarship offer, I feel that I have failed them as a leader. You know, and you don't have many coaches out here
who feel
like that.
Yeah, because it's personal.
I don't care if he's 5'2", hey, we got to get him somewhere.
It's personal. It's personal to you. Send me whoever they are as well, because I'll talk to some of my contacts up here. you know, the SUNY Albany, New Hampshire, Maine, some of those schools, the CAA, see if they have something, you know, whatever we can do to help.
Right.
But
Sure.
yeah, I just 100% you guys are the best organization. You're the most dedicated organization, and you do what's best for the kids. And any coach who gives you a problem, or any coach who has a dissenting opinion, I can say, thank you, fuck you, bye. I mean, if you're not going to go to bat for these kids, and a lot of these coaches aren't, you have a group that is working round the clock, trains these kids whenever they want, whenever they can. You know, if you call Julius and say, hey, you know, I got time Friday at 1 o'clock, can you meet me and work with me? Julius will say yes. There aren't a lot of guys that are going to do that. So the Trench Mob should not be vilified by high school coaches. And if they are, then I will come down there and fight every one of them. Because
we got those kids.
they walk on.
We help kids after their coaches are done with them.
No, I know you do. And
Like we got
you do a
kids
mentor
that came
program.
after their senior seasons, and coaches.
I know.
And
You've got a kid last year signed that came to that went to a 5E5 that had nothing. He came to 1 5E5, you got him signed.
2.
But yeah, I mean, that says something right there. These coaches give up on kids, and you're 100% right. Any trainer who notices, okay, this kid isn't good, he has nothing for P4, he's got nothing for P5, I can't have anything to do with him, because God forbid it's going to sully my name, and I don't want that.
The trainers are worried about dropping their stock because they don't want to.
That pisses me off.
Trainers trying to keep their names in lights, like
yeah, of course,
they're doing something good.
They only want to show people guys and NFL guys.
Yeah, when you have guys who are already good, you can sit on the couch and watch TV. You don't have to do shit.
That's true.
I trained this guy. You ain't did shit for this guy. This guy been this guy since he been 10 years old. You ain't did nothing.
It's fucking great. But
put him on camera.
Guys, just a phenomenal show. This audience keeps growing exponentially, and I love the guys that we're bringing on. And I got to stop keeping you 2 hours, but all right, I'll give one more question. How many coaches are currently with the Trench Mob, like full time, I guess, that work? There's like 5 of you, right?
He got even more, man. So we got me, Coach Jordan. All right. You got Coach Ant.
Yep.
You got
Coach Mike.
Yep.
Big
Coach Mike. You got Coach Kane that just came on.
Okay.
You got Coach Bussy. You got Coach Jarrett. You got Coach Mack.
God, wow.
You got Coach Derek Tatum that just came on. And who am I missing, Mac? He's Coach Chris, who he can come out when he had another job that he got picked up and doesn't have. He comes out still when he has time. So, but we got lots of guys to pull from, man. Lots of guys.
And do you split up the groups that you work with by age, or like do you always take all the D linemen and he takes all the O linemen? I'm just curious.
So what it normally happens is
that. I'm sorry to keep.
Like, well, do you good, man? Listen, man, we love this. So, with us, it'll be, say, for instance, if it's me, Coach Mack, and Coach Kane, right? We're there, and we're the D-line coaches.
You're the D-line guys, okay.
So what we'll do is, whoever's the lead guy, because there'll be times we'll have 20 defensive linemen. You know what I mean?
Right, yes.
So whoever's the lead guy will lead the instruction, and then the other 2 guys will walk around and make sure the other kids are doing everything the right way. And make sure, like, so me, I'm a big teacher, you know, so like.
You coach the coaches and coach the kids.
Exactly, yeah. I want to make sure like I had a session tonight and we didn't do anything full speed. I wanted to make sure these guys completely understood exactly what it meant to speed
talk
rush.
Through it, right.
Where to put your feet, where to put your hands, you know, what reaction we're looking for from the offensive lineman. So Trench Mob is all about information, you know, about teaching you and giving you tools to go home and study. You know,
Correct.
So it's not just about, you know, putting you on Instagram and making you look fast in drills and making you look good. It's all about, I want to teach you, you know, so you can go back and teach. Man, listen, we got kids that all, hey, I got parents that say, hey, coach, you should have seen him out there. He was teaching this whole D-line, everything you taught.
Oh, my God.
We're teaching these kids to be, you know.
Yeah. And, I mean, the other thing that I always say is you guys really are great about having a mentorship program and building character with these kids and teaching them not only the right way to play the game, but the right way to live their life, the right way to treat people. You teach them respect. And that's something that I think is missing terribly from this generation. And the fact that you do that with them, every kid that you've ever had on is always respectful, polite, and they treat people the right way. And I think that's so important because it's just lost in this day.
And that goes to Coach Julius. That goes to him.
When I first
came on, that was the first thing he preached. Like, we have to let these kids know, like, look, yeah, we're a football family. Yeah, we're going to train. We're going to get after it. But we got to show these kids how to do interviews. We got to show these kids how to talk to parents. We got to punish the kids that's disrespecting their parents. We got to be the big brother, or, you know, Julius is 39. He looks 20, but he's the OGs, and we have to be that. Because like Coach Julius said, some people, yes, some of them come from two-parent households. They make it happen, do this, do that. But you got some kids that ain't really the one-parent household, this happened, that happened, you know, and they don't have that person to talk to. They don't have that person that's going to guide them. They don't have that person that's just, oh, my God. Where we come in, we're like, look, obviously if it's midnight, we're asleep, but you can call us anytime.
I know that.
Cully, I've had 2 kids in the last 5 years call me and say, Coach, and this is going to be vulgar, parents, I'm sorry, but called me and said, Coach, is something wrong with my PP? And I need help. Can you take me somewhere to get help? Because I can't tell my mom, you know, and that's the relationship.
That's a trust factor. Yeah.
That we aim to have with these high school. Imagine if something is wrong with this kid's PP and he doesn't have anybody to go talk to about it and doesn't know what to do.
You're not going to, you
know
can't
what I'm
go to your
saying?
mom.
So like, for these kids to have that comfort with us, to be able to share deep life things. Man, I've had kids tell me all sorts of things. Cully, man, I've sat in the office with a kid, Rayvon Johnson, when we first, man, that kid, the first interaction with me and Rayvon Johnson, we cried together. We were in my office. I had a gym at the time. We sat in my office and shed tears about the shit that he had been through because we had similar upbringings. You know what I mean? You
made a connection with him right away.
And, you know, and that's what we're a mentoring program first. I tell parents all the time,
I agree.
We're kid to be a great football player, but football is only going to last so long, right?
You're right.
My personal story, you know, I was a great athlete, but I made a lot of bad decisions because I didn't have a lot of mentors. You know what I mean? So, you know, had I had a group like Trench Mob when I was coming up, man, I could have been
would have made a difference. Yeah.
Of a football player. You know what I mean? And made so many less mistakes. You know, so, you know, we're just taking all of our experience, you know, my 22 years of experience playing football, Coach Jordan's, you know, 20 years of experience playing football, man, and just helping these guys be better young men first and then football players. Because the young men carry you much longer and much further than the football player ever will.
You're right, because football does not last forever, and these kids need to understand how to navigate through life because, as you said, life is going to beat you down any chance it gets, and you have to be able to dust yourself off and overcome that adversity. So teaching that first is very, very valuable. Yeah. The last question, someone wanted to know if you're a minister. I said no. You're Julius. I said no. I said Julius is very spiritual. He's not. He's not.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely spiritual, man, and God is awesome. Yes. But I do use. I mean, I think I use too many.
You use a lot of stuff from the Bible. No, I agree. But yeah, someone asked if you were a minister.
I'm very spiritual, man.
Jordan, are you a minister? We'll give you the question.
No, I'm not a minister, but like Julius, we all grew up in church, and we all
faith.
My mom is actually a minister. So that's
my dad was a pastor at one point, and I ain't gonna lie. Growing up, I've always said I wanted to get in it. That at some point I did, and when you come from a church background, and we all know this, but when you come from that background where Wednesdays was Bible study, Sundays was church, and you was forced to go instead of just staying in and playing
that's
games.
Pretty much true.
And you see your mama do the stomp and do this and do that, and you hear your dad say words. It gets to you. And then we athletes, so it's like, okay, we can bring this to the football field. We can make some shape. So, even though Coach Julius and I are long-winded people, you got to understand what is around us to make us long-winded people. Like, to have us talk like this, to have us be these like this, because of what we've been through. This man up here, again, he talks about it all the time, but every time he tells a story, I'm amazed, because for me, it's like, damn, we talk about how we want to be great and get it out of the mud, and Julius Williams is a prime example. The man went to Towers. Not a lot of people is coming out of Towers. Not a lot of people is coming from that side and even getting to college. This man not only went P5, but he went to the NFL. He played with some of the best people that some of these kids need to know about. Myself, I went to Latonia High. I went to Stevenson High, where it was a little better, but you still had bullshit going on at the school that you had to get out of. Some of my teammates made it to the league. Some of my teammates, one just died. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff's going on. Like, I was blessed to go to the NFL, have an NFL tryout. I was blessed to play arena. I'm blessed. I don't have no regrets. But when you live the life that me and Julius live, and a lot of people live our lives, it ain't just us. But when you live the life that we live, and you ask those questions like, how are you passionate about it? What gets you? What what do you love about it? You got to go back to where you come from. And to not have anything compared to what's going on now, like, we all grew up in the internet era, but not how it was. My era, people was just getting to the Instagrams, the Snapchats, and the Twitters. TikTok wasn't even made yet in 2014, 15. Now you have TikTok. Instagram is bigger than ever. Facebook is bigger than ever. You post a video, you get 3 videos with 1 million views, you may get an offer. If that happened with Julius Williams running a 4.4 doing what he does, he probably goes to Bama. Let's just be honest. So I just want people to understand, no, we're not ministers, but where we come from, we can speak on what you want to do, how you want to do it. That's all it is to it.
So I'll say this last thing.
Shapes your values,
I know we got to get off soon, but I was blessed, being from Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia, to have lots of examples to show me what I did not want to be.
And that's very important to have too.
So most kids who don't grow up in those types of environments, they think it's cool, but when you've really been around things at a young age, me growing, a lot of my family members were gang members, and, and still are. So when you've really been in the trenches and you really know what it really truly feels like,
you've lived it.
It doesn't fascinate. It never fascinated me. I always wanted to be. That's why I became the first player from my high school to ever go to the NFL, because I wanted to be different than everybody who was around me. Like, I wasn't fascinated with going out here and doing stupid stuff, because I had seen stupid shit being done my whole life. Yeah. So now it's like, let me help these young kids see that there's more. I just got honored by the Salvation Army. And I got the 50th anniversary legacy award, which is very prestigious. And on stage I talked about my 2, closest people from my childhood, which was my cousin Cordell, who just died, and my best friend Brian, that has life in prison, who's been in prison since he's been 18 years old. So when you grow up with, me and Brian became best friends at 5 years old. From 5 years old all the way to 17. We did everything together. I mean, we talked to our first girl together. You know what I mean? And, you know, did so many things. I got so many firsts with Bryant. But now he's doing life in prison and will never see the outside. And I went on to college and went to the NFL and, you know, and played 7 years of pro ball and come back to help kids. So it's like, you know, you get those types of experiences, man. And now you just want to help kids be better than what you've seen. Because I've seen, man, listen, man, if I had $1 for every kid that had talent from my neighborhood, or every kid that had talent that went to Towers High School, I'd be rich. But it's not. But you got to have focus and drive and determination.
Yeah,
you know, to go out and be
you
better.
got to be on that right path.
Yeah,
right.
And you know Chris Bellamy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Bellamy talks about that, how he was initiated into a gang at 12, and he went to juvie for stealing a car, and it changed his life. When he got out, he got jumped out of the gang, got the shit kicked out of him, and someone at the YMCA saw like what you guys saw in him and mentored him and got him on the right path, and he became a star at New Britain and ended up at UConn. But yeah, he talked about the same thing. He said, I saw a lot of what not to do. And I knew, I felt like I had to be in it. But once I got arrested and went to juvie and saw that life, I knew I didn't want that. I knew I wanted more. So that's a great example, and that's something great for parents to hear. But phenomenal show tonight, guys. And I'm living proof. I had everything handed to me, and probably the most entitled person ever, and I made the worst decisions ever. So there you go. That tells you right there.
But you're the best podcast host in the world.
Right. Yeah, I got that.
Hey,
I got that going for me. So, wow, this was a banner episode for the Trench Mob Show. I wish we had Anthony on, but for Julius, Jordan, I'm Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at Hakeem. All right.